In today's video, uh, first of all, I would like to say good morning to all of you. In today's video, I am going to do or I am going to give a lecture on a very uh, important, at the same time, it's a very good topic, that is Indian nationalism from your CBSE plus 10 book, right? And in this lecture, I will try to, oppose. You can say it will be my own opinion, but I will read today. What I will do a lot of reading from the textbook based on the topic. Understood? And I will deliver my lecture on the topic nationalism. Understood? And through the lecture, I will try to oppose a person who opposed nationalism in India, who didn't give importance to nationalism. According to him, even nationalism didn't have impact on the freedom movement of India or on the freedom of India. And I think his name is Azad Ahmad. And it is his theory for the English honors final year student. Understood? His theory is Indian literature, and I want to oppose in the sense he actually said that maybe literature worked wonders, but according to him, Indian nationalism didn't have any impact on the freedom, on the achievement of freedom of India, and But what I want to tell you, to get independence, a nation first of all should get together, and the presence of those people who live in a country, understood, and under foreign rule. India was a country under foreign rule, and during the foreign rule, what happened? India was divided. Understood? India was divided on the basis of not only religion, there was caste system that existed in India. Even today, caste system, though we have abolished it, though we do not admit that caste system exists in India, but sometimes it seems as if some people accept, understood, and it is on the basis of caste system. The system of reservation is given or made in the Constitution of India, understood, and that is the reason why power sharing in India is done very nicely. Nobody in India at present, in independent India, is unhappy, because everybody feel that they are not discriminated against, their interest is not harmed, they now live at peace with their brethren or with their brothers and sisters on the same soil of India. Maybe India had lost some of its territories or parts, and maybe India first of all got bifurcated, and two countries were created from India, and these two countries are Pakistan and East Bengal. Pakistan was created on 14th August 1947, and East Bengal, that is Bangladesh, was born on 1970. Understood? So that failed. Azad Ahmad, though in his theory he did not, he refused to believe that nationalism had influence on the achievement of freedom of India, or it didn't work as one of the biggest force behind the achievement of freedom in India. I don't believe. Like I want to tell you, as India was a society that was divided on the basis of uh, different races, caste, communities, understood, and religion as well. Naturally, if a country under foreign rule do not get together and fight together, the foreign ruler won't be driven out of that country. We have succeeded in driving that foreign ruler out of our country only because we succeeded in getting ourselves together. Understood? And that was how achieving freedom or getting freedom, understood, from the bondage of uh, you know slavery, or from achieving independence from the British ruler, a foreign ruler, became possible. It became possible only because India stood, fought together. When India fights, it means all the people, irrespective of caste, community, religion, race, understood, fought together. And what unites a country? It is only nationalism. And how can the nationalism come? Nationalism can come through the sermons, through the speeches, through the writings, through the contributions of different holy men, different educated people from all disciplines, from different subjects: philosophy, anthropology, chemistry, biology, sociology, understood, psychology. They all got together and contributed. How did they contribute? And journalists, how did they contribute? They contributed through their what? Through their works, through the stories, through poems, poets. Also, contributed to the feelings of nationalism. Otherwise, see, I'm telling you, for example, a man, if that man, understood, a sleeping man is on education, a man without education, understood, is a man sleeping. He is liable. If I am an uneducated, illiterate person, what generally most of the uneducated people or illiterate people is thought to have led a life which generally cannot be expected, understood, to have done good to the society. There are a few. Kabir, understood, Kabir, Guru Nanak, understood, and Sai, you might have heard about Sai Baba, or maybe some others. There were many saints, understood, who most of whom were uneducated, but a few were really educated. Who, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had vast knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, all the scriptures, holy scriptures of his time. But there were many who did not have knowledge. Like what I can tell you about Guru Nanak, one day Guru Nanak was an ordinary person. He was working in a grocery shop. Understood? So one day, when he was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. When he counted 13, in Hindi it is called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. When he reached 13 or 13, it seemed as if he cannot go beyond that. It means he stopped at 13 and he could not go ahead. Then it seemed to him as if whatever we have, we do not exist. We are lump of earth. We are lump of earth. Understood? And sooner or later we will die, and we belong to what? This world. Tera. मैं तेरा हूँ. I am not mine. I am not a owner of my own body. I am here only for a few days. And from that day, he left his job. He left his business and started preaching. What? What did he begin to preach? Good advice. The advice that good to the society. The advice that brought about change in the society. Understood? The advice that brought about all-round development in the life of men. That was how he began lecturing people and started doing good. He said to the people, you have limited period of time, very short span of time. Make proper use of your time. See your neighbor as your brothers. And that was how the beautiful art, understood, is going to turn into heaven. It is through our deeds the society can be what? Turned into a heaven. Why are you looking for heaven? There is no heaven. Maybe in the holy books, in the scriptures, in different books, and all the religions, they tell us about the existence of God. But there are many holy men who said that, especially Lord Buddha, your action, understood, is everything, and you don't have a reward. But according to Hinduism, there is a reward. But what Buddha believed, that good actions can help you to turn your life into a heavenly life and will make you a citizen of heaven. If you perform good actions, you will not what? Repent. You will not have repentance. What? For something bad that you have done. Try to give up. What? The tendency. Understood? Why? Try to kill the evil in you. We have mean qualities. As a human being, you have a lot of mean qualities. And unless and until you free yourself from all the mean qualities that you possess, you will not be a pure human being. You will not be a perfect human being. So, to free yourself from all the mean qualities, you have to sacrifice. What kind of sacrifice? Your desire, bad desire, desire to harm others, animalities that turn you into an animal, that instead of making you a good citizen for the country, the inside enemies, like the mean qualities, is making you a bad citizen. So, instead of killing the enemies outside, try to kill the enemies inside you, that exist inside you. Understood? So that was how the people were guided in a holy country like India. This is the reason Mahatma Gandhi once said, if we drive the British out of our country, we can get independence. But British rule will exist even in absence of the British. Why? Because we have not turned ourselves into good citizens. So all we need to do is, we have to first of all be good citizens. Maybe British is ruling our country, but we must show respect to them. We must what? Stage dharnas. We must participate in non-violent protest. Put up protest marches, or your protest against bad rule, your protest against the rules that harm your interest should be non-violent. Do not harm others. Because why? Human heart. What is this? It is the holiest place in the body. And what will you keep in your heart? You should keep love for others. Because British may be white skin, but they also are human beings like that. Maybe it is because of their superiority, it is because of their what? Achievements, it is because of their imperialism, it is because of their, sense of superiority, or their bravery, or their notion of superiority that blinded them, and that is the reason why they are harming your interests. But most of the British are not bad, because Indian National Congress was formed with the assistance, with the help of some British people. Understood? So you treat others. Maybe you treat everybody around you, understood, as your brothers and sisters. Maybe that fellow, understood, you cannot make everybody your friend. But believe that if somebody is not my friend, he is not my enemy. If I change my perception, or if I towards others, understood, automatically my life will undergo a radical change. This is the reason why Mahatma means great soul. Mahatma means great soul. How can an ordinary soul was called great soul? It is because of what he thought. It is because of how he felt about others. His action made him different from others. This is the reason why Mahatma Gandhi became a great man in India. And his contribution to the freedom movement of India will never ever be forgotten. Because you cannot kill violence with violence. To kill violence, you need to obliterate it, to destroy violence, understood, or to put an end to violence. Your weapon should be the love in your heart, not hatred for others. Your hatred is a mean quality possessed by you, and it turns you into an animal. And who wants to live like an animal? If you are a human being, you are a rational animal. So, do you want to give up your rationality and turn it into an animal that lives in the forest, that harm one another? And if we turn into animal, there will be no difference between human beings and animals. So, don't try to live, understood, like an animal in the world of man. This is the reason these great people, through their contributions, writings, books, lectures, understood, they guided us to become superhuman beings. Understood? And how does a country get or united together? It is through the influence of everybody around you. Who united the country for the freedom of India? Press. Do you know? Newspapers. They played a very important role. Because when India was under foreign rule, understood, 90%, or I must not say 90%, about 70% of the people were illiterate in India. But does it mean the literacy or whatever was written in the newspaper did not reach them? Yes. The educated Indians talked about what was written in the newspaper, and the news of each and every incident reached each and every Indian through the words of mouth. Those who read the newspaper, those who were educated, they read them and told those who are illiterate or uneducated. This is how everything written in the newspaper spread every nook and corner of the then India. Understood? British India or India under British rule. That was how Indians educated themselves. Media played an important role for the unification of Indians, for the unification of India. Understood? Newspaper prepared the Indians, understood, for freedom. Press played an important role, and besides that, the holy men also played very important role. Holy men also tell. What do the holy men tell us? They tell us, don't do that. That is a bad thing. Do this. This is what will do you good. And we are rational. What? By character. Understood? Human beings have what? The ability to judge what is good and what is bad. Naturally, what was acceptable to us, we accepted. That is the reason we have purified ourselves, understood, with the influence of what is true. And Gandhiji also talked about what? Truth power, soul power, understood, power of non-violence, maybe, and sacrifice of your self-sacrifice. If you do not think of yourself, only can you then be what? A representative of people. Great men never think of themselves. They think of the society that they belong to as an individual. They think of doing good to the society that they belong to. This is how the country benefited from the presence of these holy men like Mahatma Gandhi, understood, religious leaders, understood, even Kabir, not Kabir, I must say, the person, the holy man of Maharashtra, what was his name? Sai Baba. Sai Baba was also alive at that time. Because of the presence of this holy soul around us, understood, people in India succeeded in freeing themselves first from the mean qualities to be the good citizens. Understood? To be good citizens, you need to free yourself from the mean qualities you possess. But am I proud of being a very good Indian? Yes, I must say yes. Today's me, understood, was yesterday's illiterate person, my forefathers. And those people who are illiterate at that time, what did they do? Even though my father was an educated person, my father also read in English medium school, understood. Now what I know, what I can tell you is, even my father could speak English. Now what I know, maybe he was associated with this hospital. But what I want to tell you is that, but I don't think that those who are educated was someone from my family. No. If you look at the beginning of civilization, everybody was uneducated. With the passage of time, some of us got education, some of us didn't. Some had access to education, some didn't have. Does it mean that it was because of education these people are different? Though the society was divided on the basis of what a section got and what section have not got. Do you get it? Understood what I am saying? That is how the society was born. But think of what Indians are today. Aren't you proud of being an Indian? If you tell me, if you ask me, can you show me the difference between Indians and people of other countries? I must say Indians are the best. Why? It is because Indians are different from others. Indians generally are not jealous of your prosperity. You might have heard that Indians living outside your country, understood, are very good. They are doing well in every field. In America, all the Indians are doing the best jobs. They are doctors, engineers, scientists, understood. Why? And Indians are also loved, respected. They are held in high esteem, understood. Why? It is because of who they are. And they are trustworthy also. Indians outside India are trusted by the foreign nations, their rulers. Why is it happening? Why are the foreign nations treating Indians with respect? It is because of who we have turned into. Understood? When? During the time under foreign rule. Our Mahatmas, our freedom fighters, our writers, our poets, our holy men changed us into who we are today. I must say, a country of Mahatma, understood, will be a country of Mahatmas. If you say, if he is the father of the nation and all the Indians are the sons of the father of the nations, understood? Father of the nation, sons of Mahatma, so all Indians are Mahatmas because they proved it through how they presented themselves before the world. The way the Indians talk is different from others. The way Indians behave is different from others. The way they treat others is different from others. To Indians, all the people are their neighbors. You might have seen during coronavirus. What happened? It is only India that distributed vaccine free of cost. All the countries around the world hanged India for its help. India saved not only its neighbors, the neighbors that live thousands and lakhs of miles away from it. Entire world, Europe, America, Arabia, all the country, almost all the country in the world got help. Why did not India rise in revolt against the leaders of the country? Indians could have protested against the distribution of free vaccine, but Indians did not protest against it. Indians could have told the government of that time not to distribute vaccine free of cost, but the Indians did not do it because Indians have a heart of gold. Why did they have a heart of gold? If you have a heart of gold, in the heart of gold there is no place for hatred. So Indians were crying when they heard thousands of people, lakhs of people are dying in America. Thousands of people are dying in France. Thousands of people are dying in different countries of the world. India failed, very sad. And that was the reason why the Indian scientists worked day and night to make the vaccine. And they made it as quickly as possible. As Indian scientists understood, or Indian Mahatma scientists understood, succeeded in gifting the world the vaccine within a very, very short span of time. And Indian government also played a very, very important role in reaching them, in sending them to every nook and corner of the world. What? Not a single country was left untouched. India reached wherever the vaccine was needed. That was how India succeeded in freeing the earth, this beautiful world of man, from the clutch of death, from a enemy of humanity, coronavirus. This is why it is a proof now that Indians are different from people from all over the world. Indians do not think of themselves. Indians proved the world that they think of the world, they think of other countries, the people of other countries as their brothers and sisters. Am I right? Am I right or not? Indians proved that they saw the world as their brothers and sisters. And it was also evident from the speech of Swami Vivekananda made in Chicago. When he started his speech, Swami Vivekananda addressed Americans as my brothers and sisters of America. Before he started his speech, he regarded Americans as my brothers and sisters of America. The moment he said this, entire America clapped. And he became famous overnight. Understood? So, it was a proof that Indians, understood, are different from people all over the world. Am I right or not? Have I proved it? So I must not accept the theory of Azad Behna. Nationalism didn't have any influence. Anyway, as he was a theorist, he had every right to define, understood, his point of view, his way. Understood? He described, he said Indian literature, impacted our life, our way of life, philosophy of life and all that. But I must say, whenever I go through the chapter Indian nationalism, I feel that it is Indian nationalism that was the contribution. Indian nationalism was the creation of everybody that lived in India, every good man that lived, that walked India at that time. Mahatma Gandhi walked India at that time, understood my English. I am totally different. I speak my own English. I do not depend on what is written by others. I always speak my own English because I feel free to speak whatever I want. This is my way of expressing myself. Even if you tell me, sir, don't you, fear grammar? No, I don't fear. I don't care. Though I teach grammar, but I don't give it, importance. Because when it comes to expressing your thought, it depends on how you express yourself, how you present yourself. And the writers, the poets, actually, poets are gifts of God. Everybody cannot become poet. The flow of thought that comes out of the pens of the poets or out of the mouth of the poets, understood, is a gift of God. Because we all are human beings, but we cannot be Kabir, we cannot be Mahavira, we cannot be Buddha. Am I right? We cannot be Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Can we be? We can't be like them. We can't do them. It's a gift of God. At the same time, if you say no, it is inculcated, cultivated. Good habit is cultivated. Yes, I must admit. But you need to have practice. First of all, we need to tell ourselves that I must do that. If others can, why can't I? Do you get me what I'm saying? Now, so Indian nationalism was the contribution of everybody during that time under foreign rule. Am I right? Is there any problem? Have I succeeded in making you understand? So, is it acceptable to you? All my opinion of whatever I said? Okay. Now, how much time do you think I have spent giving that particular lecture?
35 minutes.
Okay, fine. I can divide this chapter into two parts. you can make this part. Okay, fine. If you have liked the introduction, understood, to nationalism, understood, you please don't hesitate to share it with your friends, and and those who you think should be benefited from what you did inside the class today. Thank you. Okay.